Petra Nemkova once said, "We cannot stop a natural disaster from happening, but we can arm ourselves with knowledge." What does that she imply? Well, we can imply that every natural disaster have its own trigger or cause, from which we can learn to determine when said natural disaster will occur. It got us thinking, how about tornadoes? Tornado is among natural disasters that can happen in our earth, right? So here, Group 9 have presented an explanation text titled Tornadoes among the greatest natural on earth. Right, before that, let me introduce our group. Here we have.
Hello guys, my name is Ina, student number 87. I'm Kezia Zakialing, student number 19.
And I'm Hirakash Purahman, student number 35. Okay. For the opening of our presentation, let us sing Mars Matsam together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Set your hearts to number one, always ready anytime. Develop new generation, all for my country. Set your hearts to number one, my alma mater. Reasons and my readers, send your hearts to number one. Hope you get your glory forever.
Now we are not done yet because we have taking time to stimulate your sense of vision and to stimulate your sense of hearing to make you guys more focused during the course of this presentation. Here we already have Kezia and Christy, and they will instruct you guys how the game works. Okay, please.
Okay, I want you guys to all stand up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I need you to be focused, really focused, and follow my lead, my instruction, and my voice. Okay, my voice.
Okay.
But also, you guys need to see what is it. So when I say touch your nose, okay? Touch your mouth. Touch your teeth. Sasa? Enggak dulu. Tapi tadi masih pegang. Touch your throat. Touch your eye. Touch your nose. Okay. Now I'm gonna give the lead and the instruction, okay? Now, touch your head. Okay. Do it first, okay? Touch your friends. Okay.
My friend is here.
Okay. Now, hug yourself. Touch your feet. Touch your elbow. Ayo, elbow. Where's your elbow? Touch. Touch your knees. Touch your both knees. Touch your knees and elbow. Okay, I think it's all from the ice cream.
Okay, I think you are already at ease. Okay, yeah. Even our feelings because this is a hectic moment for you guys and for us too. Okay, so we're going to loosen up a bit, make it a fun activity. Okay? So, here next, we already have the explanation video by my office. We are going to watch how are the tornadoes grow. Okay? Okay, that was the brief video to show you a brief image of how our tornadoes work. Okay, maybe you guys already have the picture in your head how the tornadoes work. So we're going to see our explanation text here. Yes, please, Kezia, explain to the audience.
In June 2022, Pontiac City was tempered by a tornado. The disaster occurred around 2 p.m. when the heavy rain was pouring first, with a burst wind speed. A part of city could be seen with fallen leaves, branches, and even trees. Several homes had their roof climbed, fallen back or flooded back, though only a part of it. A number of buildings was completely destroyed by a rampaging tornado, one of which was a big platform that now has become only a bridge. And can you guys imagine? The tree was flew, the roof has flew, and also a big foot-soaked court is destroyed. Can you imagine that? Okay, of course not. Okay. How does such devastating natural disaster happens anyway? So, tornado are really rotating columns of air inside a storm. They connect with the ground via a funnel of cloud. Tornado begin with a thunderstorm, but not just any kind of thunderstorm. Okay? Thunderstorms are classed into several categories, and one of which is called the supercell. This class of thunderstorm is from which tornado could be formed, reaching up to the over 50,000 feet. They bring high force wind, giant hailstorm, and sometimes flooding and bright lightning flashes. It sounds scary already, but tornadoes can form even a particular condition in place. Okay, next. Okay. Tornado is rising air to develop a storm involving condensation reaction which releases heat. This heat drives the upward draft of air. And supercell, as the rising air climbs, it can change direction and start to move more quickly. Finally, a huge cloud base develops at the storm base. Next. When the conditions are met, a vortex can be developed by the storm, which then forms another spinning funnel-like structure of air that we call mesocyclone. Once mesocyclone moves down into the base of the parent storm, it turns it into a rotating wall of cloud. The second it touches the ground, it becomes a tornado, which moves at a speed of 65 to 110 miles per hour.
But everything comes to an end eventually, just like tornado. Okay? When the temperature difference disappears and the condition grows stable, the tornado can get sucked back up from the storm base. And yeah, the momentum inside the storm will be lost, and then the tornado disappears completely. So, what do we have here? We know that tornadoes are the rotating column of air that is moving at a very fast speed. Yeah, it first formed in the class of thunderstorms called supercell, as you have known. And in this storm, there is a process known as condensation, which brings a huge draft of upward air into the storm. In this process, we know that it may create a vortex, and then from vortex it can develop into mesocyclone, and this mesocyclone then touches the ground and becomes the tornado. Okay? Tornado, as you have now, is very, very deadly. Yeah, one of the deadliest tempests on Earth, because just like we have seen Pontiac City nearly a semester ago, we have seen, yeah, as Kezia stated, there were so many branches, and then fallen trees, and etc. It really wreaking havoc at that time. That's why tornadoes are among the greatest tempests on Earth. Okay, that was our text. Now we move on to the text analysis, which consists of the general structure of the text. Okay, we have general statement that will be repeated again.
In the text analysis, first thing first, we got the general statement, then we get the question, what? What is tornado? Tornadoes are the rotating column of air formed inside the storm. Okay? And then next we get the sequence of explanation. In sequence of explanation, we get the question when, where, why, and how. So here I'm gonna explain the when, where, and why. Okay, when does the tornado happen? Tornado is formed when the mesocycle lower part touches the ground. Okay, the when, and then we got the where part. They might be represented in any part of the world where tornado is being formed. Okay. Next is why. Why tornado is happening? Tornado happens due to a rising air inside the thunderstorm, dubbed supercell. Next, how will get explained by listening.
Okay. I will continue the sequence of explanation of the question how. How tornadoes form? To be the tornado is rising air with the cloud condition already set. With enough moisturizer, a huge cloud is developed at the northeast, which then turns into mesocycle. And when the mesocycle lower part touches the ground, it becomes a tornado. And tornado we get when the condition grow more stable. Okay. The closing part will be continued by here.
So we have the closing part here. We know that there were so many tornado incidents before this. Yeah, it will always go on and go on. And they were little to less instructive, yeah, because we know tornado is natural disaster that is really deadly. So that's why tornadoes are among the deadliest weapons on Earth. That concludes our explanation. Now we move on to the Q&A session with you guys. Does anyone have a question?
Hello, my name is Nurul Maulidia Darwani, and what is difference between the formation of tornado in Indonesia and countries with four seasons, and why did it happen?
Hi, my name is Olga. So I have a question for you guys. Do tornado only form from supercell, or is just some of the tornadoes that come from supercell? Thank you.
My name is Nengah Pianendra, and I want to ask you something. Maybe it's a little bit further, but what is the differences of hurricane and tornado? You know,
Yes.
you get what I mean?
Yeah, so maybe discuss a little bit. Give us 1 minute. Only 1 minute.
Okay, please, anytime.
Okay, we already have the answer for your queries. Please starting from Nurul's question. The answer by Shri.
Okay, I will answer the whole question. So there is no difference between formation for tornado in Indonesia and countries that have for season. Sorry. Why? Because the first ingredients to needed to develop tornado is rising as long as the conditions are met, it can happen anywhere. So
The conclusion is tornadoes can happen anywhere. It doesn't really differ between countries with 4 seasons and Indonesia. It can happen everywhere, anywhere. Okay, next question from Julia. Julia, Society Asia.
This question was, is tornado super form for the supercell, right? Okay. The initial answer is tornadoes could happen in any kind of form of tempest or storm. It is not by supercell, but it's divided by two: the supercell or non-supercell. but mainly or most of the time, the tornadoes is formed by the sun. Is that enough?
So it's not any superstorm that we have stated. The storm has to be supercell, okay, for tornado to develop. Okay, one of the last question is from David. He asked, what's the difference between hurricane and tornado? Well, simply put, a hurricane is a deadlier version of tornado. So, if tornado is deadly, a hurricane is deadlier. A hurricane is way more bigger than tornado. And in case of the formation of it, a tornado most commonly happens in plain areas, flat areas, and also that's why it can damage neighborhood because most of the housing in countries are in lower part of the earth, like plains, etc. So tornadoes really prefer these areas. So yeah, it can destroy our houses. But a hurricane maybe it can develop in water areas, because it was really deadlier, more deadly.
It's more dangerous.
Yeah, and more dangerous than tornado. Simply put, it's much more deadlier from tornado. Maybe that's 3 questions from you guys. Maybe that's enough. Okay. Until now, we are going to conclude with conclusions of what we have done over the course of this presentation. First, we have included question and cover on natural disaster and correlated on something about tornado, guys. And to its trigger or the cause and its prevention. And then we have done singing on one side and doing ice breaking together and watching the best of this video, expansion video, And then we, 3 of us, explaining how tornadoes work through our explanation text. Then we we have done analyzing the explanation text with the use of 4W and 1H. And we have open Q&A session with the audience we have done earlier. Now, so as for closing, I want to remind you guys, remember not to be ignorant to whatever the weather forecast says, because everything that weather forecast says is no joke. Yeah. In order to prevent us from any kind of danger, in this case, natural disaster. So do not be ignorant to weather forecast lines or words. That's all from us. Thank you guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.